If you search for the best community platforms online, chances are you see these three tools everywhere. Now, they dominate most recommendation lists, but are they the best solution for every creator or business? In this video, I'm going to review 7 best online community platforms based on these testing criteria. Now, let's get started. Starting with number 1, Circle. In my opinion, Circle is the most well-rounded online community software you'll find. Unlike many platforms that I've tested before, Circle is built to support communities at every stage of growth. For small creators, Circle provides all the essential tools you need to run a community membership business. That includes a discussion forum, online courses, events, website building, and paywalls. And as you scale at enterprise level, you get more advanced tools to scale your community growth with AI agents, automation workflows, headless API, and branded apps. But how good is Circle in practice? Well, let's see. Now here we are at Circle's dashboard. The interface looks modern and clean. The top bar holds your primary navigation, and on the left sidebar, your community spaces and space groups. Spaces are your community's building blocks and organization criteria. Think of them as channels in Slack, only that in Circle, you are not limited to threaded chats. You can build courses, host live events, start discussion forums, and create resource libraries. Now, you can control access to these spaces by setting them as open for everyone to join or private so that only paid members can join. You can also set them as secret so that no one can view or access them apart from those who have purchased a gated paywall. Now, where spaces are good entry points in your community, they aren't as efficient for controlling access for growing and larger communities. Now, that's because space access requires manual setup for each member or entry point, which becomes repetitive and hard to manage. Now, Circle has this amazing feature called access groups. So essentially, they serve as centralized control layer that decouples member management from the individual settings of space. Now, instead of manually adding a member to 10 different spaces, you can add them to one access group that contains all those spaces. You can link these space groups to entry points like paywalls or onboarding workflows to automate permissions. Now, aside from that, access group allows you to build tiered membership. Simply create an access group, then add spaces you want members to access on each tier. Now, community management and engagement in Circle extends far beyond spaces and space groups. There are tags that allow you to categorize members based on roles and activities. Then there are segments, which are dynamic thread filters that allow you to group members based on specific attributes like activity or journey date. But perhaps my favorite part of community management in Circle are AI agents and AI workflows. Now, AI agents act as always-on community assistants. You can train them on your content, such as your past discussions and courses, to provide context-aware support and coaching. For example, when a member asks for help in a post, the AI can automatically reply with guidance or next step, reducing response times. Now, with AI workflows, you can automate tasks like onboarding members, moderation, curating a community feed, promoting upcoming events, and etc. For example, you can assign each AI agent to welcome new members into your community with helpful context and onboarding resources. However, it's important to know that both AI agents and AI workflows are available only on the enterprise plan, which costs a whopping $419 per month. Speaking of branding and customization, Circle has some fantastic options to help you build a community that looks and feels like your brand. You can upload your logo, a community icon, adjust your themes to match your brand, and even host your community on a custom domain. On the business plan, you can fully white label your community and email notifications. But if you want a more premium experience, Circle Plus lets you build branded mobile apps. Essentially, the Circle team designs the app for you and submits them to the Google Play and Apple stores. Now, these apps will feature all the aspects of your community, including discussion boards, chats, courses, resources, and events that members can access on the go on their mobile devices. But wait, there is more. With these custom apps, you can send branded notifications to update members about your upcoming contents or events, which boosts engagement. Moreover, you can enable in-app purchases to let members pay for your offers without needing to go to their browsers. Now, what about pricing? Circle has 4 plans and 3 paid tiers and a custom plan. Pricing starts at $89 per month and scales up to $419 per month when billed annually. Number 2, Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks has been in the community building space for nearly a decade now. So it's safe to think that they understand what tools you need to build an engaging community better than newer competitors. And honestly, they do. Compared to other platforms that I've used, including Circle and Bettermode, Mighty Network has superior engagement tools. You can build interactive experiences to engage members through social mechanics that feel native. For example, you can use icebreaker question to secure participation the moment a new member joins. You can also use people magic to highlight commonalities between members, like shared professional transitions or geographical proximity, which lets them connect instantly without digging through a static directory. You can also use streaks and challenges to gamify participation and maintain momentum through the members' journey. Within your discussion board, you can engage members with threaded discussion, multimedia content, and polls. Now, unlike other community platforms like School, where polls look like this, in Mighty Networks, polls are more visually appealing. You also get more poll formats like hold or code voting, open-ended questions, and percentage-based sliders, which makes data collection more interactive. Now, speaking of events, Mighty Network supports native live streaming and event management. You can host one-off workshops or recurring masterminds with built-in RSVP tracking and automated reminders. However, it's important to know that they limit the live stream hours per month and the number of participants you can have per live session. For example, its entry-level plan restricts you to 100 viewers per session and 20 total hours per month. But if you prefer using external video conferencing tools like Zoom instead of Mighty Network's native tool, Mighty Network has a direct integration to Zoom, which ensures your Zoom meetings and webinars sync directly within your events calendar, keeping your attendance data in one place. When it comes to learning, Mighty Network supports both self-paced and cohort-based courses. For self-paced programs, you can natively host your material, drip feed modules, add downloadable files, and assess your students with quizzes. However, Mighty Scores Builder doesn't support more advanced learning management tools like SCORM compliance, gradebooks, randomized question banks, survey forms, and completion certificate issuing. In cohort-based programs, Mighty Network lets you incorporate social elements into your courses. Essentially, it combines course delivery, discussion board, members directory, and live events directly into your course space. So instead of going through the learning materials alone, your student can collaborate through discussions, direct messaging, and live sessions. This increases completion rates because it lets you transform your course into an active community where members support each other. Another thing that makes Mighty Networks among the best online community platforms is its space architecture. In other platforms, spaces or the equivalents of them are rigid and not customizable. For example, in Circle, Spaces can only support one content format at a time. That is, if it's a core space, you can't embed other features like discussion, events, or a members directory within the same specific space. But in Mighty Networks, a space is a container that you can customize like a Lego set. Simply head to your space settings and enable the specific features you want your space to have. You could have a single space that contains a chat, a feed, a members directory, and an events calendar. Given this flexibility, you can host dozens of private sub-communities for specific chapters or interest groups, which helps keeps your network more organized and intentional. Now, what about pricing? Mighty Networks has 4 plans, 3 paid tiers and a custom enterprise plan. Paid plans limit you based on the number of hosts and moderators and spaces you can have in your communities. So all the plans allow you to have unlimited members and include a mobile app for iOS and Android devices. Pricing starts at $95 per month for 3 hosts, 10 moderators and 20 single feature spaces, and scales up to $425 per month for 10 hosts, 100 moderators and 80 multi-feature spaces. Number 3, Bettermode. Bettermode is the best community platform if you are building a product community, a branded creator space or enterprise network. Upon signing up, you get access to 30 plus community templates covering various use cases like learning, developer hubs, community support forums, and job boards. So this allows you to launch faster without starting to build a community from scratch. Now, none of the community platforms I tested, not even Circle or Heartbeat or Mighty Networks, that provided any form of community design templates. Now with Bettermode, you can customize your community by adding your logo, choosing custom fonts, setting your own color palette, and hosting it on your custom domain. You can even redesign the layout and fully white label your community end to end. I especially like its block builder, which lets you design custom space layouts. Instead of using the predefined space layouts, you can style the space header, then drag in other blocks or elements into your space layout like accordions, leaderboards, HTML scripts, and even more, giving your spaces a different look and functionality. But perhaps the most interesting of all things about Bettermode is its custom app builder. It allows you to build unique functionalities on top of the community platform using APIs and webhooks. It's kind of like WordPress plugins, but for Bettermode communities. So using the custom app builder, you can sync members' data with your CRM, automate complex moderation workflows, or create custom analytics dashboards that track specific members' behavior. However, with this level of control also comes with some trade-offs. Bettermode has the steeper learning curve because of its sheer number of customization options. So it can take you more time configuring your ID setup, which can be daunting if you are not familiar with community building tools. Bettermode is also not built for education-first communities because it lacks a native course builder. While you can still use spaces to organize your learning materials, it's not as intuitive as using well-rounded online community platforms like Kajabi or Thinkific. Moreover, Bettermode does not support native payments, and from what I saw in their forums, they aren't planning to launch them anytime soon. So if you want to charge for access to your community via membership or through selling paid content, you need to set it up through third-party payment tools like Stripe using Zapier, which, as you can guess already, it's daunting for non-technical users. What about pricing? Bettermode is not meant for small creators or small businesses or online coaches, and its pricing clearly reflects that. So it comes with 3 plans, 2 paid tiers, and 1 custom plan. Now pricing started $499 per month for up to 10,000 members and 5 collaborators, and scales up to $750 per month for 25,000 members and 10 collaborators. Number 4, Heartbeat. Heartbeat is a stronger choice if you want a comprehensive community building platform at an affordable price. If you check closely, many community platforms that I've reviewed on this list tend to nickel and dime you, especially on their lowest tiers. For example, Mighty Network's lowest tier limits you to 20 single feature spaces and 5 custom profile fields. Now with Circle's cheapest plan, it lets you only create 20 spaces and charges you $20 extra if you want to add an extra admin. Meanwhile, Kajabi lets you create up to 5 digital products on its entry-level plan. But with Heartbeat, you can create unlimited channels and courses. It also imposes no caps on admin seats, moderators, video room hours, or document storage. You also get access to advanced features like email white labeling, API access, automation workflows, all of which other platforms get behind expensive plans. Now, speaking of learning, I found Heartbeat's course creation and management tools more refined than its counterparts. You can run both evergreen courses and cohort-based courses. On self-paced programs, you can naturally host your course videos or embed them from platforms like Wistia, Loom, or YouTube. You can reschedule your course modules and attach quizzes to assess your students. You can also link community discussion to your lessons and sync event channels to your course programs, which lets you cultivate a social learning experience. Heartbeat also supports basic automation, which simplifies your community management. For example, you can trigger a workflow that sends an email with a certificate download link once a student completes a course. On the community side of it, Heartbeat supports threaded discussion, group chats, voice rooms, and events. While it lacks native live streaming like Circle and Mighty Networks, it integrates directly with Zoom to sync webinars and live sessions with your community events and calendar. Now, unlike Circle and Kajabi communities, Heartbeat doesn't offer built-in community gamification tool. So if leaderboards and custom badges are things you are looking to implement in your community, you want to look elsewhere. However, while using the platform, I discovered something even better: matchups. Matchups in Heartbeat is an automated networking tool that randomly pairs members of your community to encourage direct connection. Think of it as a system that lets you match members automatically without them having to find someone to talk to in your community. A good example of how you can use matchups in Heartbeat. Now imagine you run a community for SaaS founders and you want to encourage peer-to-peer support without having to manually introduce people every week. Now you can create a matchup pool, let's call it Friday coffee dates. Then you can set it to run on Friday, for example. Now the system will say that Alex and Sam have both opted in for matchups. Now on Friday morning, a new DM will pop up for both of them and notify them that they have been matched for the week's coffee chat. So the result is that Alex and Sam will spend 20 minutes discussing and maybe all connecting and interacting, and they would have made new professional connection without the admin, which is you, doing a single second of manual work. Now with matchups, it can encourage what we call peer learning and accountability or mastermind matching, which is super useful in any online community. What about branding? Heartbeat gives you control over your brand identity. You can upload your logo and community icons, which will allow you to align the platform colors with your existing brand. You can also host your community on a custom domain, which gives your community a more professional look. Now, on the custom plan, you can remove Heartbeat presence entirely through email white labeling and dedicated mobile apps in the App Store and Google Play. Now, with this level of customization, ensures your community feels like a premium proprietary product rather than a rented space. Now, let's talk about pricing. Heartbeat has 2 paid tiers, starter and growth plans, and 1 custom plan. Now, the starter plan costs $49 per month and includes core features like courses, events, and workflows, but it limits your community to 1,000 members. Now, the growth plan costs $129 per month and remove members limit. You also get access to advanced features like API, email white labeling, and priority email support. For larger communities, Heartbeat offers a business plan with custom pricing. It includes everything in growth, plus a free white labeled mobile app and dedicated customer support from the Heartbeat team. Apart from that, Heartbeat also has transaction fees that are slightly higher than its competitors such as Circle and Mighty Networks. The startup plan comes with a transaction fee of 30%, the growth plan 2%, and the business plan 1%. So number 5, Kajabi Communities. Kajabi is more of all-in-one digital business platform, and community building is part of what it does. Now, unlike Circle and Mighty Networks that focus on being community first, Kajabi focuses on being the ultimate business platform for creators and knowledge entrepreneurs. Now, with Kajabi, you can sell various products like courses, community memberships, newsletters, digital downloads like ebooks, coaching programs, or start a private podcast. Aside from that, you also get access to growth tools that help you market your products and sell them. So these tools include website and landing page building, sales funnels, email marketing, automation, checkout tools, and invoicing. Like Heartbeat, Kajabi Community is refreshingly easy to use. You can structure and organize your community using channels and access groups, which make it easy to manage content and member interactions. Now, channels serves as the main organization tool within your community. They allow you to structure your community around different topics or themes. This can take various forms such as group chats or threaded discussions. I found creating posts in Kajabi Community pretty much straightforward, though I feel like its post editor could need more polishing because it looks a bit dated. However, it lets you create everything from simple community text posts to long form articles. You can also embed multimedia content like images and videos, and even launch polls to increase community engagement. Now, apart from creating community posts, Kajabi Community also lets you engage members using challenges, leaderboards, and meetups. Now, unlike other community platforms like Circle or Heartbeat, Kajabi provides native tools for hosting challenges directly within your community. You can set one-time or recurring challenges, set their duration, and even specify awards for the winners. Speaking of leaderboards, Kajabi Community lets you award members when they complete a challenge, RSVP to an event, and respond to a poll, and many other things. You can customize the point awarding system, award badges, and even assign titles to members who have reached a certain milestone. Kajabi also supports live events, allowing you to host virtual gatherings for up to 200 attendees within specific channels or access groups. Members can RSVP to events, and you can also use its built-in live streaming features. Now, during a live session, you can share your screen, enable chat, and even create small breakout rooms, which make it easier to host interactive sessions. You can also record your live sessions, which you can later repurpose as learning materials. Now, in my own opinion, Kajabi is the best online community platform if you want decent community building tools, together with some sales and marketing features built right in. So this eliminates the cost and the pain of using multiple third-party platforms to handle the sales and the marketing aspect of your community membership business. Now, let's talk about pricing. Honestly, Kajabi is expensive when you are starting out. They used to offer a cheaper subscription plan starting at $89 per month, but last time I checked, it's as if they have removed that plan. Now, to me, Kajabi's premium pricing makes sense if, one, you are planning on selling more than community memberships. And two, if you are comfortable with its extensive marketing tech stack and you're not using any other third-party apps. Kajabi has 3 tiers priced based on the number of digital products you can create and the number of contacts that you can have in your business. The basic tiers cost $179 per month and limits you to 5 digital products, 1 community and 2,500 contacts. Now the growth plan costs $249 per month and limits you to 50 products and 1 community and up to 25,000 contacts. Now the Pro plan, which is the highest tier, costs $499 per month for unlimited digital products, 3 communities and 100,000 contacts. Now this plan also comes with more advanced features like custom API, branded mobile apps, and cohort-based courses. Kajabi also charges transaction fees depending on whether you're using its native payment processor or an external payment gateway like your Stripe account. Now here are Kajabi transaction fees on when you're using its payments processor and when you're using a third-party payment processor like Stripe. Number 6, we have Swarm. Swarm works a little differently from other online community platforms that I've tested on this list. Now, it's a video-centric platform, which means that video conversation can take place either live or unsynchronized. Now, this can come in handy if you rely on video to connect with your audience and conversations are more relatable and authentic. You can also use text and voice notes, but Swarm prides itself in being video first. Now in Swarm, your community will be structured and organized using hubs. They are similar to circles, spaces, or channels in Slack. But a hub can either be video or a discussion or chat focused. Within your community hubs, you can choose to share content by recording a video or audio on the go right within the Swarm platform. You can also upload a video from your local storage and post it to your community forum. Swarm also lets you embed videos from external hosting platforms like YouTube, Wistia, and Vimeo. It also lets you create text-based community posts and rich media such as images, audio, polls, and file attachments. Now, speaking of events, Swarm lets you natively stream your live session, or you can choose to use a third-party software like Zoom or Webinar Jam. However, its native live event features come with some serious limitations for up to 90 minutes for its high-end plan. Now let's talk about pricing in Swarm. Swarm has 3 paid tiers: the launch, growth, and scale plans. Now the launch tier costs $29 per month and limits you to up to 100 members and 1 community space. It also comes with unlimited courses and unlimited events. The growth plan costs $89 per month and limits you to 5,000 members per month. Scale plan costs $199 per month and offers unlimited member spaces and courses. Number 7, GroupUp. Now, GroupUp is one of the few online community platforms with robust online learning tools. While software like Circle and Mighty Networks and School include course building capabilities, there are some aspects that GroupUp generally does better, starting with its online course builder. Now, GroupUp offers a drag and drop curriculum builder that lets you structure your courses into clear modules and lessons. Now, within your lessons, you can choose to natively host your course materials or embed video lessons from third-party platforms like Wistia or Vimeo. Now, to ensure that students are progressing through your materials, you can enforce module progression, requiring them to watch previous materials before unlocking the next. You can also drip schedule your modules and customize notification emails to inform the students when new lessons become available. Now, unlike most mainstream community software, GroupUp allows you to assess students through quizzes and assignments. You can also use the form building capability, which allows you to build things like surveys that you can use to collect feedback and get more insight into their learning experience. The platform also provides detailed student progress reports, offering data on lesson views, completion rates, and participation levels. You can also see who is enrolled and when they joined and how far they have progressed through the materials in real time. Now, unlike community building platforms with course creation features like School, Mighty Networks, or SACO, GroupUp allows you to reward learners by automatically issuing certificates upon course completion. This is ideal if you are running upskilling programs or certification programs where you want to accredit learners after they finish your course. Now, when it comes to community building, GroupUp community features are pretty much standard. You can organize your discussions into channels to group the conversation by themes and topics. Now, unlike platforms like SACO and Mighty Networks, channels can only support community threaded types of posts. Now, when it comes to setting access, you can set access to channels by setting them as open for everyone to visit and join, or private so that only admin invited members can join. You can also set them as paid to restrict them to paying members, or by plans, which lets you build multiple payment plans or payment tiers in your community memberships. GroupUp also allows you to host live events and allow members to join. However, compared to other platforms like School or SACO, GroupUp doesn't support native live streaming. You must use third-party software tools like Zoom, which means members have to leave your community to participate in your live sessions. Now, speaking of branding, GroupUp offers limited customization option. You can only add a logo, a cover image, and a favicon, and even choose one color for your community theme. But it does not support customization at the individual channel level or the layout control that other platforms like SACO and Bettermode offers. However, you can use your custom domain to host your community, which gives it a more professional look, and also remove GroupUp branding on the Pro plan and the business plan. The platform does not offer branded mobile apps for the time being. Now, let's talk about GroupUp's pricing. GroupUp comes with 4 paid plans, each limiting you based on the number of members and channels and admins that you can have on every tier. So it also doesn't charges you any transaction fees for every sales you make, which is unlike other platforms like SACO. Pricing starts at $24 per month for up to 200 members, 5 channels, and 1 admin, and scales up to $384 per month for 20,000 members, unlimited channels, and admins. Now we have come to the end of our video, and thanks so much for watching this detailed guide on the best online community platforms, and I really appreciate you for clicking and watching this video. Now, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and if you are looking to start an online community platform, I recommend the top 4 that I have listed, or you can find all the platforms listed on the description of this video below. Thanks so much, and I will catch you on the next video.